Beloved, this is your favorite Reverend Dr. Sapon, the researcher and the numerologist. Today, we thank God for bringing us here again. As we went to bed with 7 billion people on the surface of the earth. But it's not everybody who has waken up to see today. And it's great that you are here watching me today. I said, get wisdom, get understanding. That is our greetings over here. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can get to know who you are, and what you become. It's very important that each and everybody ought to know him or herself. Yes, it's a secret, and it's part of esoteric. I know you might have heard the word esoteric, and probably you're asking what that word means. And as I said, if you went searching for the definition of this word esoteric or esoteric, it says intended for or likely to be understood by a small number of people with interest or knowledge. As I said earlier, and I've been saying all the time, that the word esoteric, in as much as you're trying to find definition to this word, it still gives you a proverb or an adage. So who are you? I know in as much as I'm asking you who are you, you may say, what is this man talking about? I am Kwejo, I am Ajua, I am Kweku. No, that is not who you really is. When you go into horoscope, there's something called life path number. Life path number or destiny number. What is the destiny number or what is life path number? Life path number can only be decoded by certain people. Let me say it again. Life path number can only be decoded by an astrologer or a numerologist or someone who has been taught or had learned something about this. It's called geometry calculation, and that is the only calculation that one may have to use to get to know your life path number. The life path number is embedded in your own date of birth. Your own date of birth has your life path number, but not until you get to know how to calculate it. You may not know it. So how do you calculate to get to know your life path number? So let me use an example. If you are born in maybe 13th of maybe August, let me say 1973. So when you calculate 13th August 1973, it's what? 1 plus 3, which is the 13th. August in numerology is 8, so plus 8 months. I'm using this as an example, and you can use your own date of birth to do the same thing. So, as I said, 13th August 1972. No, I said 1973. So, 13th August 1973 is 1 plus 3 plus 8 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 3. And this will give you a total number of a particular total calculation. So if you still want to find out, or we need a single digit number out of this number, a single digit number out of the whole total calculation that I gave. So you may have to take the single digit number, and the single digit number of 13 August 1973 is 5. So number 5 becomes your life path number, which is a single digit number. 5 is your life path number. You may calculate it. You may have 1, you may have 2, you may have 3, you may have 4, you may have 5, you may have 6, 7, 8, and 9. It goes up to a single digit, and the single digit ends at 9. So 9 is the last single digit number. So what does that mean? It means that over 8 billion people on earth, we have only 9 different people on earth. Hello? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's very, I love this. I love this esoteric thing when I'm doing it. It's my passion. I have passion in it. So you see, over 8 billion people on earth, we have only 9 different type of people on earth. Is it not strange? God is a strange God. So number 1 people are what? Are leaders. They are independent people and they are very creative people. That is number one people. Number two people are what? Double portion, difference or division. That is number two people. This is what they exhibit. These are the things that these people show. Number three people is our finishing people. People who finish whatever they start, they ought to finish. If they don't finish whatever they've started, then they are not number three people. Because the number three itself defines as what? A finish. Because that's how come, even when somebody gives you a warning, for example, they give you first warning, second one, on the third warning, they may execute your judgment. Either punishment or even what? Maybe taking you out of the company. Number three, look, if a lot of people goes on what we call marathon race, maybe you watch the Olympics games and all that, you see marathon, and sometimes 1,000 people will be on this marathon, but they only select first, second, and third position. The first takes gold, the second takes bronze, and then I think the third takes silver or something. It's gold, silver, and bronze. Yes. So the gold comes first, the silver comes second, and bronze comes the third. Why? Because number three is a finishing number. So even our human body, we are believed to consist of three things, which is body, soul, and spirit. Why? God, the omnipotent, the omnipresent God is the one I'm talking about. Yahweh, the Adonai Nisi, Adonai Raphael, has three, as in him being a whole God, which is the Trinity. So the Trinity is God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So number three people are finishers. That's what I'm trying to say. Number four people is associated with the earth. So the earth has four corners, which is north, south, east, and west. And these four alphabets, or four north, south, east, and west, is a word. It's a word. And if I ask you to form the word with north, south, east, and west, what will you say? Form a word with north, south, east, and west. This is what I tell people, that it's being what? They have intentionally changed the position of these words. It's supposed to be N-E-W-S, which is news. N-E-W-S, news. So why is it that news has been twisted into north, south, which is N-S, north, south, east, and west, which is E-W. So instead of N-E-W-S, now is what? Is N-S-E-W. Because they don't want you to get the understanding easily. All right, so what does that mean? Four corners of the earth, where when you go into the Bible, it says the cherubims and the seraphims are holding the four corner wing. So number four people are very powerful people. So check, most presidents are number four. Most parliamentarians are number four. Most politicians are number four because they are very authoritative people, they command. So here in Ghana, if you check Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he happens to be number four. When you check Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings in blessed memory, he happens to be number four. These people are very authoritative people. So even within the numbers, if you know the definition of the numbers from 1 up to 9, once your partner gives you his or her date of birth, you'll be able to tell who you are getting close to. I'm at number 4. Let me go to number 5. Number 5 is grace. Okay, 4 plus 1. 1 is God, as you know. Our 1 is what? As I said, independent, leader and creative. That is God number. Okay, number 1. And I don't want to go back again, but if I should add this to the number 1, the Italian will say numeri uno. And then the Hebrew will say ihad. It's a quintessential number of monotheism, the worship of one God. Number 1 is indivisible, which means you can't share the number 1. You can't divide it. Okay, you can't divide 1, and that's exactly 1. When you add 1 to 4, it becomes grace. So 5 number is grace number. 5 number is very powerful. It's not an even number, but it's very powerful number when it comes to astrology and numerology. So number 5 people are very grace people. They are very powerful people. They take things on silver platter. Number 6 people are people who are born to wrestle or wrestle. Okay, wrestle. So normally, number 6 people don't pick things on silver platter. They ought to work hard for everything in their lives. Okay, number 6 people, but they become very billionaires because they are hard-working people. The trait, the energy in them forces them to work hard. And that is number 6 people. Number 7 people are full of grace. They pick things on silver platter. They go to places and grace abound them. So number 7 people are a bit swelling-headed people. That is number 7 people. Number 8 people, number 8 is new beginning. Number 8 is generation. Number 8 is God's number. Number 8, yes, of course, is God number again. In as much as number 1 is God number, number 8 is God number. In Hebrew, it's called Ashmoneh, to lie on fat or to be superabound. That's the number 8. Ashmoneh. Okay, number 8, when you look at the symbol, is the only symbol which has no end and no beginning. 2 zeros joined together, that is number 8. So number 8 people are very powerful people. Number 9 is a judgmental number. Number 9 is judgmental number, which it means the end of man or judgment. So number 9 people, we have one man who is, now sitting president in Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, happens to be number 9 person per his date of birth. So they are very people who are very hard-working people. They push to the limit. Okay, because number 9 ends the single-digit numbers. And that is why the difference between 8 and 10, they stay in the middle. And they end the single-digit number. And from 8 also, a step to what? To the last number. So even when you come into the accounts in Ghana, they say last borns are very prominent individuals because they are what? They are last borns. Okay, so why am I saying this? I am buttressing the point that, number 9 is a number of finality or judgment. Okay, so that is what it is. From single 1 up to a single 9 are all characteristics. It has characteristics of humans living on earth. So what am I saying? To know yourself. Once you get to know your life path number, being it any of these numbers that I've just given you definition of them, either being 1 or 2, you know where you lies now. And let me tell you, you being 1, 2, 3 up to 9, your name is already embedded in the number that I've just given to you. So if you do the geometric calculation and get to know your life path number, which is your destiny number, that is the number that God has given to you. And that number speaks of you from Genesis to Revelation of your life. Okay? From Genesis to Revelation of your life is embedded in your destiny number or your life path number. So what it means is that if I pick this phone and I go to Wi-Fi, which is my network, once I turn the Wi-Fi on, the Wi-Fi automatically search for a nearby networks. And once it sees the nearby, it will list all the networks with their names. Okay, the network names will appear on your phone to show you that these are available networks. But you see, you can't get into the network because it's locked. You see a padlock on it, which is telling you that it's been locked. So when you click on it to say connect, it will ask you for password. So the password is a key to enter into someone's network. Whether the network belongs to you or not, if only you know the password, you will be able to enjoy the password, to enjoy the network. That's exactly what it is to our lives. So these phones are all replica to human beings, how God created us. And as you know, technology is copying from what God has already created. So human beings, we are just like the network. How? Because we have something called celestial longitude. And in the celestial longitude, your star is in the celestial. So when you read astrology, it tells you per your date of birth, it puts you in a particular planet. And it's always between 30 degrees. So if you are maybe, let's say, 0, then you are to 30 degrees. If you are 30, you are to 30 to 90 degrees. If you are from 90, it goes up to 120 degrees. From 120 degrees goes to 150 degrees. That's how it goes. So it's always 30, 30, 30 difference. And that 30 difference, do you know that is your time on earth? I don't want to confuse you. But that 30 degrees, which is called the celestial longitude, that is interval between you and your star. That is the time that you're supposed to pray. Do you know that? So this is called planetary hours. The reason why in Ghana, I am in Ghana now, and probably some people in America has a different time zone. So my time will tell me that maybe this afternoon is about 1 p.m. But somebody in America, maybe it might be 6 hours difference as compared to my time here. So down to 6 hours. That is how some people in America are in a time zone of this 6 hours difference. So what does that mean? Does that have something to do with my destiny? Yes, it does. Does that have something to do with my time of prayer? Yes, it does. So how does it affect me or benefit me? Let me show you. So when you go into the celestial longitude, as I said, the celestial longitude puts you in a particular space, okay? Being it a Leo, being it Aquarius, being it Gemini, being it what? Sagittarius, you have a time frame, okay? Why is it that the Muslims pray at a certain hours? As I be seated here, I could hear them praying 12. Why? Why is it that they break their fast at the full moon? Why? Because they uses the planetary, experiments to do whatever that they are doing. It's the same thing that a Christian ought to use the planetary hours for your time of prayer. So this is what I'm telling you, that you ought to know your planetary hours. If you get in touch with me, I will show you your planetary hours. Being in Gemini, Aquarius, whatever, Leo, you need to know your hours of prayer. Jesus Christ was praying in a particular time frame. But the Bible did not show you what time you are supposed to pray as an individual. So this has been part of the esoteric, things that is hidden from human race, most humans. And this is what I will reveal to you once you get in touch with me or you become a member. You can register to become a member, that you become a member, not as joining a particular group, but you become a member. I'll become your life coach and I'll be coaching you of which time and what time you are supposed to pray and what time you are not supposed to pray. And this is what I say, get wisdom, get understanding. This has been your favorite Reverend Dr. Sapon, the researcher and in rheologist. I love you. Bye-bye.